What's up guys, Cain here, and welcome back, or welcome newcomers, to another, video. Today we're going to be talking about the Emiru and the Mizkif problem. I'm pretty sure you are aware that we're going to be doing this, based off the title, as always. And because I have ADHD and I'm high on coffee, I wrote down a list, or like an order, so I don't get off topic, or when I talk, it feels like I'm all over the place. I put it in chronological order. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Emiru coming out about Mizkif's behavior towards her. Now I have two tweets for this. I don't know which one to show. Okay, so the first one is her showing all the text messages or ways that Mizkif was trying to get into contact with her when obviously Emiru didn't want to get into contact with him. To add everything on top, there's a video where Emiru is talking about how Mizkif was stalking her when she, escaped the household and went to Esfen's house. But I feel like we should go with the messages first. Now this is in 2x speed because oh my god, there is a lot of messages. You probably already see it by now. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. These are PNG screenshots. Oh boy. Oh, let's read this for a little bit. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna be reading one of them. Hey, would you be willing to talk? Hey, I know it's been a while. I just want to say that I'm going back to Austin next week, and I think that you and I should at least be able to talk and communicate with each other. AKA, he probably just wants to, you know what? I'm gonna be also doing a lot of collabs, and I know you've been doing a lot of collabs lately, and I feel that we should be Emmy capable with each other, so it's not weird because we're both now doing a lot of clubs, and I feel like it would be really weird considering we're both also in the same of, or that we're just not talking to each other at all and have zero communication. I want to come back and for us to at least blah blah blah. Anyways, let's just get right into the video.
More. This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
It's not someone who cares about
More.
you.
Oh my god. What are you talking to?
Oh wow. Yeah, this is kind of stalky behavior.
Jesus.
Yeah. There's a lot.
More.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, like, there's a certain point you can try to get into contact with your ex, yada yada, whatever. But there's a point to where it just becomes weird, creepy, and a bit stocky a bit. Like you see how much, like these long paragraphs, it makes him seem obsessive, but let's keep that in mind that that's just an assumption, right? Because I don't know if he actually is obsessive with her. We haven't got to that point yet. We will get to that. But let's just keep it at that. But yeah, nah. It ain't looking good for Mizkif right off the bat. Oh, I found the video. It was in this post. Wow. Okay, so now we can go to this one now. The one where Emiru comes out, and then the one where Emiru says that she's been stalked by him. Or maybe she'll talk about this in this video. This one was from Nitin Singh, and this person said, Emiru says she's speaking out now because Mizkif has allegedly been threatening her behind the scenes for a while.
I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there. That's psychopathic behavior, and definitely it's just looking bad. It's not even just psychopathic behavior, it's obsessive behavior. This man is obsessed with Emiru. Jesus. You know what's crazy? Because I have a similar experience. Yes, I do. And it was with a woman, but that's a story for another time. Right now, this is all about Emiru. But I said this to let you guys know that I understand how she feels about dealing with people like this. Because it can be scary. Because the scary part about it is how relentless and reckless these type of people are. You don't know what they're willing to do or how far they're willing to go to like either hurt you or get them or get you under their control. I totally understand that, and I totally understand why when she talks you can hear in her voice that she's very shaken about speaking out and talking about this because it's the unpredictability that scares her. She doesn't know, or I'm just assuming, but she doesn't know how he's going to react to this situation. And she's probably hoping that it's nothing crazy and just to the point it hurts either her friends, her speaking out either hurts her friends or hurts her. You can obviously tell that she doesn't want that, but let's get right back into it.
Threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him. I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay.
Alright, that was the end of that. Oof. Damn. Bro, someone said she deserves it. Just another streamer with no talent. That's brutal, bro. What the hell? Where's your heart? And then this video was, or this tweet was from Cain, and this person said, Mizkif stalked Emiru after finding out she found a safe space from Mizkif at Esfend's house.
There was a time where the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak into Esfend's house. Esfend didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine. But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfend's house to keep telling me off.
She's courageous because Esfend's house was fucking disgusting.
He says she's courageous because Esfend's house is... Why are we shit talking? Bro, this is not the time to shit talk. XQC. Next up, we're gonna be talking about Mizkif's response to Emiru coming out. Now, I have at least 2 tweets, and I'm pretty sure both of them have a video. So yeah, sure. All right, so this post was from Rhyme, and this person said one of the things that Emiru said was that Mizkif was threatening a smear campaign against her. The first thing he said before addressing anything is, "There is no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person you ever known, and it is time to go full demon time, huh?" Let's watch the world burn. Like, hello? Before you even manage to address anything, you've already confirmed that you're a vindictive person. What kind of a person combats abuse allegations by threatening to expose everyone? Holy gross. Way to prove her right is in less than 5 minutes. That's what happens when a person gets desperate. Really, especially when they don't have anything to back themselves up or to make them look like they're a good person. This is what happens. They just go, F it. If I'm the bad guy, I might as well play the role and be the most worst bad guy to the point I'll be remembered in history, in streamer history, basically. That's just normal human behavior.
There is no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known. And it is time to go full demon time. Why not?
Don't tell me I've subbed this long for nothing.
Let's watch the world. There is no...
Bruh said, P.S. Don't tell me I subbed for this long for nothing. Buddy. To be honest, streamers are kind of a gamble. Or any type of content creator. You just got to make sure that the content creator you sub to or support is just a good person in general. And then we got another one. This one is from Rima Even Star, a VTuber. And she said, I think it's a she, or they said, Mizkif talks about his abuse
Situations with poor taste to myself.
Oh God, this is loud.
I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
How is that
I one time did.
In his defense, he said that Emmy would throw, well, plushies. Bro, they're already throwing the memes. Emmy would throw plushies and clothes at him, which in a way, I know that clothes and plushies are soft things. They won't do any type of damage to you, but still that is a sign of aggression. Generally, it really is. Because like, imagine me taking a pillow. Like, I live in New York. Imagine me taking a pillow and just throwing that at someone. Brother, they're not gonna walk away like it was nothing. There's gonna be a fight. There's gonna be a fight. So yeah, even throwing plushies, pillows, clothes at someone can aggravate them or make a person aggressive towards you, even if it's just something soft, right? I'm not saying Mizkif is innocent, but I'm saying that what he's saying about like him punching the wall out of aggression and stuff like that is valid, because understandably that would make a person more aggressive. Though this does not excuse his obsessive behavior, stocky behavior, and him threatening Emiru, right? If he didn't do all that stuff, the obsessive stuff, all that, then I would be like, okay, whatever. The relationship wasn't working out. Yada, yada, yada. It's not that serious. But because he's acting this type of way towards Emiru, I can't just look past it and be like, yeah, he's totally innocent. No, bro. Like, as soon as you did that obsessive stuff, you know, trying to threaten her indirectly through friends, yeah, bro, you lost it right there. You lost it. Not just only that, I feel like there's a little part that he didn't mention, because if there's one thing that I do know, women would only throw stuff at you when they're angry at you. So there's a high chance that Emiru most definitely like threw some insults at him while throwing like plushies, clothes, and blankets at him. So that probably explains why he was acting so aggressively, because there were some insults that Emiru threw at him. And that's one thing I feel like he didn't mention. I feel like that goes without saying. You know, just normal couple stuff. This is just normal couple behavior, except for the obsessive part. You know, that's not normal. Don't do that. Let's not normalize that at all. But Mizkif, I think we can all agree that Mizkif is definitely in the wrong. All right, and now we're going to be talking about a streamer's reaction to the Mizkif and Emiru situation. Now, who's the reactor? Besides me, Osman Gold. This tweet was posted by Yeet, and he said, or they said, Osman Gold explained why he's biased, actually, not based, biased. Because I know what happened more than what public would know. It's not about whose side on. These are things that straight up happen. He's lied to OKT multiple times about really big things after we all stuck our necks out. Damn.
Of course I'm biased. Duh. What do you think? Of course I'm biased. Because I know what happened. Yeah, obviously you're going to be biased. If you know something about a situation that is more than what the public would know, then yes, obviously you're going to be biased about it, because you know things that, were you there? In some of these cases, yes.
Good point.
The bias towards being the truth. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not about whether this is like, oh, whose side this is on. These are just things that straight up happened. Like, I'm not saying every single thing that Emmy said is 100% accurate, or every single thing Kyuko said is 100% accurate. I can't say that. For a legal reason, I can't say that. But what I can say is that the things that I have seen and everything that I have been witness to indicates that Miz is a liar. He's lied to OTK multiple. He lied to OTK multiple times.
Yikes.
About really big things.
So I can't even trust this guy's words.
Talk about loyalty. After, again, we all stuck our neck out and everybody went out of their way. Everybody went through, and, you know, we all went through like with this big investigation, and we tried to clear his name, and we tried to bring him back in and support him through this and do everything. This is all while he was lying to us. the entire time.
That's crazy. So I can't even believe what he said about the whole Emiru threw plushies at him stuff. Asmongold knows more about Mizkif than we do. Imagine how mad he is right now. That's a bit dramatic, I'm not gonna even lie. And not just only that, to add more to it, OKT has issued a statement supporting co-founder Emiru, confirming they ended their relationship with Mizkif some time ago for unrelated reasons. It ain't looking good for you, buddy. It ain't looking good. Why is Pippa trending again? All right, now we're at the end. But before we get to the end, well, this is not the outro. Don't worry. This is just the last chapter. Before we get into the last chapter, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe and that bell notification so you get notified every time when I upload. With that being said, let's get into the last chapter. The last chapter is memes. It's meme time, baby. And you're probably like,
Cain, this is a serious situation. What do you mean meme time?
Don't worry. These memes are actually related to this situation. And they're actually really funny. This meme tweet was by Bow Blacks. And this person said, Emiru and her pile of deadly pink projectiles that she used to assault Mizkif with. Look at those Kirby's. Ferocious. This post was from Oswaldo the Lucky Rabbit, a parody account. And this person said, Emiru chucks a beanie baby at him. Mizkif. This tweet was from The Goon. And this person said, Emiru throws a fucking Kirby at him. Mizkif, the victim in this situation. This is the Vine meme. Yes, back when Vine was popping back in the old days. Man, I feel old for just saying that. But yep, that's pretty much it. That's it for today's video. I don't even need to ask you guys whose side are you on, because there is no side. We already know who's in the wrong, and it's Mizkif, without a doubt. As I said before, if he just stopped at the, getting angry, punching the wall and slamming the door and just left her alone after that, he'd be okay. Honestly, I think that's right off the bat that he has his own issues, right? And I acknowledge that. I just don't agree with the obsessive behavior and all that stuff. He definitely needs help, and I'm not saying that in a very, degrading way or in an insulting way. Like, I'm saying this like he generally needs to go to therapy, because I used to be the same way, believe it or not. I mean, like, sometimes I can come off or sound like I'm chill, but I was an angry boy, especially when I was a teenager. But yeah, Mizkif, bro, he has some issues, and it's obvious that he needs to go sort himself out. For real, he needs to go sort himself out. But I think that's like even more proof towards that Mizkif is definitely the villain in this case, because when it comes to Emiru, it seemed like Emiru was perfectly fine. She was just in a relationship with a guy who was just mentally and emotionally unstable. So yeah, that's basically my thought process. That's basically how I see this problem, really. That's pretty much it. That's the end of this video. So without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe next week. No, most likely next week. Have a good day, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night, have a good evening. Peace.